Hey everyone! All right, so we're starting chapter 12, one of my favorites. This is on fractions. We'll be doing 3 lessons in this chapter. We'll be understanding fractions, kind of what is a fraction, what isn't a fraction. We will compare fractions, which one's bigger, which we kind of did today a little bit in our problem of the day. And then we will actually be putting some fractions together, adding fractions, and then subtracting fractions. And we'll be limiting addition and subtraction to just fractions that are alike. And you'll see what I mean when we get there. All right, so let's go ahead and just start thinking about numbers, right? That in some ways are smaller than the other numbers that we've talked about in the past. Parts of those numbers. Let's go ahead and show you. So I'm going to just recall some information that you probably have gathered from living, right? Or definitely saw before in kindergarten or first grade. And this is equal parts. So many times when you're looking at shapes, you can divide shapes into equal parts, parts that are the same on both sides, right? So this square was divided equally into 2 rectangles. This triangle was divided into 2 equal other smaller triangles. This circle was divided into 2 semicircles or half circles, right? And they're the same size. That's important. That can be described using fractions. What's going on with these 4 shapes. Down here, what we've done is we've divided the shapes, but we haven't done it fairly. These are not equal or the same size parts. For example, if your big brother broke the candy bar in half and tried to give you a small piece and keep a much larger piece for himself, you would say not equal, no fair, right? Same with some of these other slices. You can see that this slice of pizza or this cookie is not broken into pieces that are fair because some are small and some are larger. These cannot be described as fractions. And that's what we're going to be doing today, is on our way to talking about what fractions are. The first step is to figure out kind of what they are not too. So we'll talk about equal parts and not equal parts. All right, so our objective is to count and identify the parts of a whole. So we're going to take one whole thing and we're going to look at that whole and decide, are these parts equal or are these parts not equal? Okay, so let's take a look here. So this is the same thing on both sides. This is maybe like a piece of paper or a candy bar or something. And you'll see that this side, or this half of the screen, is showing you 2 parts that are not equal. One is big, one is small. Whereas this one is showing you equal parts. That's what I mean when I say the word equal, same. Okay. Here are some other shapes. And you could just show me with your thumb. Thumbs up if you think they're equal. Thumbs down if you think they are not equal or not fair, not the same. So let's start with this pentagon. This pentagon is divided from the top to this bottom corner. Do you think these 2 sides, these 2 parts are equal or not equal? Yeah, they're not the same. One is small, one is big. So they are definitely not equal. How about the 2 different sides of this arrow? The side that is gray and then the side that is white. Would you say they are equal parts or not equal parts? These are definitely the same. They're kind of opposites of each other, and that's okay. So you can have like the point on the left side and this one has the point on the right side. But if you matched them up or folded them together, you would see that they're exactly the same size. How about the house, or the house shape, I guess? Are these 2 equal? No, not equal, because one is a triangle, one is a rectangle. Different size, different shape. How about a circle that's been cut and then divided? Definitely doesn't look fair to me. One piece is small, one piece is large. This is not equal. Here we have a triangle that is showing you equal or same size pieces. All right, so in Seesaw today, I'm going to be assigning you a quick check where you're going to be looking at some shapes and listing for me the ones that you think are the same and the ones that you think are not equal, not the same. Okay, so part 1 says, look for ones that are good, equal. And part 2 says, look for ones that are not fair, not equal. So that's going to be your first part. That just gives me an idea of where you're starting our lesson off together. Then there's a page in the math book that does exactly the same thing. You're going to go ahead and put a big X in the box if it is the same size and the same shape, divided into equal parts. And then just leave the box blank, I guess, if it is divided like number 5 is, into very different parts that are not the same size. You're going to say, no way, that's not one that I would check. Only check the ones that are good. And then when you're all done with that, I have a fun math game for you on the next slide. We're just understanding what fractions are and what they are not. Okay? Thanks, guys.